along them lines.
You got any idea why we've called you here?
I spoke to, and it was to do with the videos.
Yeah.
So, and then on the email it said counter-terrorism, and then I thought,
what happened with it in relation to that? I work within that strand.
Yeah.
But I had emailed obviously your ex-agent.
Yeah, at the time.
Forwarded on my email. So it's just the area that I work in. So the reason why we've got you in today is obviously to talk to you about about Trollstation. James works for our film unit. So we wanted to talk to you about what you're doing. Maybe you can tell us a bit about yourselves, what you're doing, and then we can maybe give you some advice and to stop if you're getting into trouble and stuff like that, and then we'll go from there. So what I was going to ask you, are you filming anything today? Are you filming us?
No.
Cameras with you or anything? Just wanted to
No.
In the first instance.
You guys are good.
So. Alright, okay. So, well, basically, one of the reasons I wanted to come out from the CID investigation side here at Bishopsgate.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I wanted to come and talk to you was you were filming in Royal Exchange. Do you remember in May?
Oh yeah.
With a laptop.
Watchdog.
You did the laptop one with the big laptop one.
Watch Dogs, yeah.
Okay. Obviously, we've seen your stuff on YouTube, and it's really. What I want to do is give you some advice about your filming, first of all, and I can see what you're doing is more of a practical joke, and what your sort of TV programme you're trying to produce. What you've got to be very careful of is the distress you're causing to some members of the public, particularly on that one. From my point of view, we've had members of the public that are willing to give statements on how distressed they were that day by what you're doing, because they don't realise that it was a prank. And do your filming maybe, but actually some members of the public aren't going to get distressed afterwards, so they know that this is more of a practical joke, prank, TV thing you're going to do with it. Because in that instance, from the sort of the evidence we've got there, you're putting yourself in a position where you can be arrested. Now, we can see what you're doing at the minute, so we don't want to go down that route. We want to really give you a bit of advice. But what I want to do is just make it clear to you that by doing what you're doing there, you're carrying out public order offences, which is really causing people harassment, alarm and distress. That's the three words you'll hear if you ever come into a police station for what you're doing. And what that means is in the public sort of environment where you are there with what you did, there's lots of people there got quite disturbed. We're in an area which is known, if you like, in the past. It's always been an area where there's been sort of terrorism, all the way back really through the history of the City of London. So people sort of, I think members of the public, especially the business community, are always on a little bit more edge, probably in the city as well. If somebody does something like that, they're a bit more to run out. And where you are, which is, I don't know, you know the city very well, but right, which obviously you probably do where you were, you're in a brilliant building, but you're right in the centre there in the bank junction, and there's been obviously things that have happened in that junction before, and attacks were again going way back. So really, I want to give you a bit of advice on that what you did there, it on paper, could get yourself arrested.
On what charge, if you don't mind me asking?
You'd be looking at Section 5 Public Order Act or Section 4 of the Public Order Act, which you can always look up. Section 5 is causing harassment, alarm and distress to a reasonable person in the area for what you did if they felt harassment, alarm and distress. It doesn't have to be directed at anybody. So in that instance, there was a few people who said, that really distressed me, basically. Section 4 is a bit more targeted, so you went up to 2 people. I think it was in there. The footage. I looked at your ones and I looked at the cameras in there.
Out of curiosity, what do you actually think of the videos?
I'll come on to that in a minute.
Alright, cool.
We'll come on to that in a minute, because I recognise you. Obviously you've got a right to do these things, there's no issue with that. But I think we'll probably give you some advice where there's other programmes on the TV and other people who are doing the filming all the time in London, throughout London. They're doing similar things or trying to do something, but doing it in a way that's not going to end up you getting into trouble. The other one, I think, was outside the American Embassy I watched, where there was a member of the public.
That's how I've come into it.
Took offence, really.
Your Shake character. I saw you went down to the Natural History Museum as well this weekend, didn't you? Yeah. So with that character, and I know you visited the American Embassy recently. With that, and from seeing that, I think someone took offence at
The prince himself,
like what you were doing there, and then that almost got into a bit of a fight, didn't it? And
well, I think the thing with that, a lot of it is just people's tolerance. It's different, because with that, just because you mentioned it, with that prince, I'm sure like Nathan's out with us when we film. It's like 80% of Arab people in general are our supporters. They're like 80% Arab. They love it, and it's just like that one guy that seemed to have taken offense because he's from an older generation, but that's not the generation we try to appeal to. But then when he did get angry, we do understand why he got angry, why he can see that maybe it may cause offense, and that's why he reacted.
But unfortunately, it only takes one person. Wouldn't mind if you could just tell us a bit about yourselves for a bit, and exactly who you are and what you do and how it's all come about and what your sort of like plans are.
Yeah, I'm just a regular Joe off the block, just working, wanted to become an actor, filming, just for a way just to get more recognition of myself so I can become a better actor. So pranks is a way to get my face out, and through that things could happen, more people could I know his face, could get, and that could help me through acting. So that was just a way of a leverage of getting higher in acting.
So yeah, me and Nathan went to acting school together, so that's how I know Nathan.
Which one?
We went to Westminster Kingsway College, then we went to Guildford School of Acting for a summer, and then decided not to go drama school. So the only thing I'm good at is entertainment. I do have another job. I don't want to work for the rest of my life. I need to like make my career happen as fast as I can, because I'm getting on, and it's not what I want to do. I don't want to have I want to be in the entertainment business, and I find the only way to do that nowadays is through the internet. That's where everyone's looking. You're not going to get work through the old routine. It's all changed. It's about making your name, being on the internet, being that guy, and once you're that guy, then the roles start coming in.
Okay,
so
what do you currently use to film? Is it like a DSLR or a GoPro or a Steadicam, or how do you film at the moment?
Just a DSLR.
Good.
Yeah, pretty much.
But the basic thing is just to talk to us.
Okay.
If there's anything I could leave you with in terms of advice, is we will engage and help you. So we might sometimes say, okay, the Royal Exchange, I don't think that's a good idea, but have you thought of filming? And we'll think of somewhere else. Or we'll say, well, you could film there, but not at that time of day. Would you guys think about doing it first thing in the morning, last thing at night? Or, we'll try and enable you to film what you want to film. And if we can't film it in that location, we'll try and come up with an alternative. Because we know you're going to want to do it, aren't you? There's no point us saying no. I mean, if you're going to film, acting someone to death in the American Embassy, we're going to say no. But we might say you can act someone to death, and I've got a university where you could film that resembles the American Embassy. Or, you want to film outside number 10 Downing Street. Well, John Adams Street has a building that is exactly the same as number 10 Downing Street. So we'd suggest that, and you might not know that sort of stuff.
I do.
We've got 210 officers who supervise filming every day of the week across London for all the major, minor. We work with student filmmakers where they haven't got any money, then we'll try and do it at no cost, etc. But in terms of our advice, it's free. We always answer the phone, and we always get back to you quickly. And if we really feel you can't do something, we'll be really straight with you. But we'll always try and suggest an alternative, where you can do it on time of day or different location, etc., etc.
And things like that cost, out of curiosity, for your officer to be there, that has no cost towards the production company, has it?
It does. So say for example we're working on a Marvel picture, then obviously we're providing 20 officers a day for 6 weeks. They pay for those officers. What we'll try and do, if it's low end, which is obviously where you guys sit at the moment, obviously you're heading to Hollywood, it's just a matter of time. But at the moment, I have ambitions.
I like him.
But at the moment, you haven't got loads of money, have you?
No.
So if we can, we will try and get someone to be there at no cost, because it's worth it to us, because it means what we don't want is our own officers swooping in to talk to you guys when they should be doing something else. It's just a complete waste of their time. You lose all the filming because they're going to move you on and stop you doing what you want to do. If you work with us, then I'll inform them in advance. Okay, these guys are working with police supervision. We're not going to be obvious. I'm not going to stand in, have an officer who stands right in your shot next to you, wrecking it. He'll just be out of, just round the corner like he was sort of doing something else. But actually, he's there just to make sure it all stays safe. And then we'll tell all our armed officers if you're doing something that we've agreed to, but it might attract their attention. We'll tell.
You're putting yourself open on two separate levels, really. Potentially you could get arrested, and you could go to court for some of the offences, and colleagues say potentially you could get yourselves hurt as well. People taking umbrage of what you're doing. With regards to Trollstation itself, are you the only ones that post on it, or is it sort of like an open forum where anyone can then post it?
No, it's me and him are like the guys, so we control.
Right.
And what's your sort of demographic you're aiming at?
Our demographic is 18 to 25, but then everyone watches it. We do restrict our videos to 18.
Right.
Some of them that we feel have to. We wouldn't like our own little brothers, sisters watching it. So some of them are restricted to 18, and then we've got a mix. We've got a balance of silly stuff. Then we've got the Royal Exchange stuff. Then it varies.
Do you have any sort of warning on there for sort of? Because I think my colleague I talked to him about earlier on, which I thought was quite pertinent, is people copycatting and actually doing something really stupid.
Yeah. People do get inspired to create their own things.
Yeah, maybe.
We do try to tell people it's not for everyone.
We had an incident recently in Oxford Street where a guy's gone in with a petrol can and poured liquid over it, and has said, look at me, and he's someone that he had someone filming, and it was thought that he might be related to you guys.
No, but he's good. He's got a good idea.
But I don't know if that, if he's sort of seen your videos and then sort of taken it on. That you can see
something for you to consider, isn't it?
So things like that happening, and again, I know for a fact that a lot of people. It was in Boots in Oxford Street, and it kind of caused a stampede out of Boots because people were so concerned about what was going on. And again, that's just another thing. Somebody maybe looking at your video
and then get inspired. So what happened with him? Did he get charged as well?
He got arrested. Yeah.
Oh,
Goodbye.